Okay, now let's look at lesson 3. 第三课. D is something that you put before a number to make an ordinal number. Right? 第三, the third. 课 is lesson. So 第三课, lesson 3. And the title is 你叫什么名字? 你 you 叫 to be called, right? Or to call can be used as to call, but sometimes to be called is quite complicated concept that you don't really have one word in English to mean that. 什么 is what? 什么 no tone. That's how it look like. A person is leaning against a cross. What are you? Why are you leaning across on the cross, against the cross? 么 doesn't really mean anything really. But these two doesn't really mean anything. They just get together to mean what? 名字 ming is name, 字 is a Chinese character or Chinese writing. So them together means name. Yeah, that's what it means. And anyway, if you put a 什么 before a noun, that means what kind of this thing. So what kind of name are you called? Right? If you put 什么 before 人, a person, then what kind of person are you? Or where are you from? What else can you put? 什么老师? What kind of teacher are you? What subject do you teach? Right? So that's what 什么, how you use 什么. Now let's move on to the vocabulary for the first conversation, right? And the first one is 叫, which is talked about. 什么 no problem. 名字 no problem at all. And 我 is actually a quite difficult Chinese character to write. That's the left part and the right part, but they're connected with a one vertical horizontal line. Okay, go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the dot is 7. That's 我 means I. The left part of I is a hand, and the right part of I is actually a weapon, like me holding a weapon, defending myself, right? What does it mean? I don't know. Maybe it reflects some sort of Chinese mentality. And now, anyway, let's look at the conversation. The first line is easy. 你叫什么名字? Exactly what the title is. And then B says 我叫李月. Li is the most common surname in China, the biggest surname actually in the whole world. And I am one of them. My name is Li Chao, right? So Li is my first name, which is put at the beginning of the name. Yue, on its own, this Chinese character means moon. So quite a beautiful name, Li Yue. Although she looks like a dude. Yeah. Well, not that saying that there's a problem or anything. It's I don't think she's pretty, looking like a dude. Anyway, let's move on. Now let's go to the second conversation, and we have a couple of new words. The first one is 是, is to be. M is are, was, were, all of them together is 是. Okay, so now think like Chinese people do. Don't use M is are anymore. All of them are are exactly one word. And 老师 is a teacher. 老 old 师 master. Old master is a teacher. Okay. Again, if you understand the difference between a character and the word, you understand what I'm trying to say. 吗 something very strange. It's a particle, a modal particle, used at the end of a question. No, used at the end of a sentence to form a yes or no question. Not any question, but only a yes or no question. Not a WH question, like what how many? Those are WH questions. Right? Can I? Do I? Can you? Are you? That's yes or no questions. Okay, so any statement before ma will be changed into a yes or no question by ma. Okay, and actually, if you look at that, left part of ma is a little mouse, and the right part is a horse. So I don't know why, but that means ma. Now, number 8 is 学生. 学 is to study, 生 is a person. So studying person is a student. 学生，老师，学生，no tone. Right, now the conversation is 你是老师吗？你是老师吗？ Are you a teacher? You are a teacher 吗？ So are you a teacher? B says 我不是老师. Hey, 不 is put before a verb to negate that, right? To say don't or am not. So I not is. Not is not, but not is, because 不 is you always put before a verb to means negative. 我是学生. I am a student. Right, now let's look at number 3 question, conversation number 3. We have 人, a person. Remember how to write that? Looks like 2 legs of a person. So it's a human and a person. And then number 2 is 中国. 中, middle. 国, a country. Middle country or middle kingdom. That's how arrogant we were a long time ago. We thought we were the middle kingdom. Right? Everyone else are the, we're the rest of the world. Then 美国 is a phonetic translation. 美 comes from 美, right? So that's 国 is a country. So literally, actually, 美 means beautiful, which we don't really have that concept in mind when we say America, that's just a phonetic translation, really. Right. In Chinese, there's something you need to remember that we put a country and 人, country plus 人, or a place, really, any place, like 都柏林, Dublin. 人, then that means Dubliner, right? So any place plus person means the people from or person from this place. So 中国人, Chinese people, 美国人, Americans. Now, the conversation goes, 你是中国人吗？你是中国人吗？ You are Chinese person 吗？ Okay. Are you a Chinese person or are you Chinese? That's not the literal translation because in English, are you Chinese? Chinese is actually an adjective. But here, 中国人 is a noun. Okay. And B says, 我不是中国人，我是美国人。Like do I look like Chinese? 我不是中国人，我是美国人。Right. That's the conversation number 3. And yeah, there are a few grammar points, but nothing too difficult. And the conversation is fairly easy, right? This 什么 thing, interrogative pronoun 什么. We will talk about that later. How about that? Okay, right now just remember 你叫什么名字 means you called. What name means what name are you called, or what is your name? Right, so that's lesson 3, and I hope you had a good time learning it, and I will see you next week. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.